Well, actually no. I want to show you another tool. So notice how my mouse is black? This is called a selection tool. This is like the one in Photoshop. But if you notice up here at the top, there's actually two mouse cursors. One is black, one is white. So the white one, notice how in Photoshop V is the shortcut for the select tool, so it looks like a mouse upside down. Here A is the direct select tool, and notice how my shape changed. Here it's showing you the overall outline of it. When you go to the direct select tool, it shows you the actual properties of that shape. So just like the name implies, when you use direct select, you can directly select only one piece of an object instead of the whole object. So I can click, and when you hover over stuff, you'll see what it's grabbing: the anchor, the path, just the shape. If you click in the middle, you move the whole thing. If you click like the path, see, like sometimes it's tricky. You have to like hold shift sometimes to get it to grab it. But see, I can just move that line. Or I can grab that edge and just shift this edge using that little anchor point. Just like we had the fillet command in CAD, if you see this little circle, that's like a fillet. And you click it and you drag it down. So like you're adding like the filleted edge. So that's one way you can draw. You can also convert points. So notice how right now all of these are just straight lines going to a point, to a point, to a point. It's probably easiest to show you this using the pen tool. So the pen lets you draw, just like we did in AutoCAD with the polyline tool. You can draw like that. And then the reason that looks like that is because that's the properties of this shape. If I tell it I don't want to fill, it will look like that. If you click this, I can't see the points. If I hit A or click there, I can see that point. If you select it, you will see this change. And at the top, you can convert it from a straight to a smooth point. And if you click that, see here, now we got these two little lines that pop out. This lets you drag and add more curvature to it. You can also move it. If I bring this one way back, it will be less curved on that side and like more like a kink. And if you drag it way out, it will be a longer curve. You can do that to any of these points. You can make that a curved point. And so now instead of flowing directly into that shape, it's going to start drawing it like that. If you wanted to draw that on the fly, instead of drawing like this and then converting the points, you just have to click and hold down in order to make one of those kinds of points from the beginning. So instead of, oops, I'm still in that command. Instead of clicking here and now clicking once and then clicking the next one, if I click and hold down, see, it lets me draw the curve. And then now I can click the next one and see how it's previewing the curve. That's because these are called Bezier curves when you have these little control points. That handle, depending how far it is how much it's influencing the next line. So see, I can't just connect straight across anymore. I have to click like that. You can just click now, and then the next one can be straight. I think if you click this now, see, it changes, but then you lose control immediately. And I can hit enter, and then I can come here with the direct select and I can pick that guy and I can change that to be smoother. So you can do that either way. You can draw it as you go, or you can draw just a shape and then turn them into them, or you can draw like a straight thing and then put these angles in it like we did there. If here I wanted that to have a radius there, I could do it like this. If I want to add more points, you can do that using the pen. You can click right on it, or you can use, like, you can hit the plus key, or if you click and hold down, there's an add anchor point. There's also a delete anchor point. So if I add one here, I can add one there, I can add one here, and now if I use my direct select tool to grab the middle one, I can put in like a kink to this, like that. And just like we did before, I can bend that guy. So now we've given this guy like a little notch. And let's say like you keep working, you're like, you know what, no, I don't want to do that. We can get rid of them if you just go to this one, delete anchor point, and you hover over here, you can just hit the minus. Notice how when you give it a radius, you now actually have 2 points and an arc in between.